I mean, you just watched the video too. What would you do? What do you do right there with this guy with his hand in his pocket screaming that he's going to bomb the plane, death to America? Oh my God, dude. One of the victims was 85 years old. 6 of the victims were over 60. What kind of Sunday would it be if we didn't have multiple stories of wackadoos trying to cause mass casualty events, you know? In some cases, like trying to blow up planes, and others going through Walmart and stabbing like 24 people or whatever for no reason. And then, having a hero step in and put the guy in his place. So lucky that someone had a firearm on them, one of those things. All those people are like, oh my God, gun ownership is the problem. It's like, well, it seems like not so much in this case. Seemed like unarmed people was the problem, as someone is going around Walmart just stabbing people over and over and over and over and over in one of these psychopathic stories that, just happen. Just one of those things, right? Somehow they just never, like the anti-gun people, they just never seem to remember stories like this. Or like the one where the guy came into the church, shot a guy to death with a shotgun, and then they got killed by a dude who was a firearms instructor who was, a couple feet behind the first dude who got lit up. One of the most unbelievable videos ever. I wish I could show it on YouTube. I can't. The guy comes in, and the guy was like in a full black top to bottom thing. I'm sure some of you guys have seen it. And he just immediately just smokes this guy from like 6 feet away. The dude behind him, who's a firearms instructor, you see him actually react to the first shot, and he just whoop, and then just puts one in his head. You know what? I just realized in editing, I'm like, I'm just gonna show them this video because it's totally crazy. Okay, here you go. Watch this. This is from 2019, and then we'll look at the new mass stabbing and the plane, bomber.
Disturbing attacks on religious services. First, the breaking news from Texas, a gunman opening fire inside a church near Fort Worth. The West Freeway Church of Christ live streaming the service as the man seen there at the top stood up from his seat, pulled out a long gun, and fired several times. Other church members right there shooting back. One victim.
Look at how far away this dude is. Look at that. Look at how far he headshotted him. He shot him directly in the head. One shot. Bap. Once. Curtain call. And you could see over here, that's the dude. That's the dude that got shot point blank with the 12 gauge. He died. Very tragic, dude. Really tragic. I mean, it's like, look, like if you, I mean, not to make too big. It happened a long time ago, but the guy.
West Freeway Church of Christ live streaming the service.
Like, look, he's an usher. He's trying to help the guy. He's all, yeah, you can go there. He's like, oh my gosh, what's happening? For absolutely no reason. And then guy just murders him. I don't know. I don't get it, dude. I don't understand. I will say this though. There is a very funny moment in this video though, because it was in Texas. If you watch the full thing, the firearms instructor is the one who draws down on and puts him down. And after the guy's already down, I'm not even exaggerating. There's probably like 18 dudes who come walking up with their guns out, that were in the church. Literally, so we're all coming out like, all right, I'll get them too. It's fucking hilarious, dude. All right, I'm going to call it audible here. We're going to look at the plane bomber in the second part of this video. We're going to start with the mass stabbing because there's a lot more details. The other one is on video. Obviously, I'm going to show you that there's a lot of video on this too. And I feel like talking about the mass stabbing because this is a wild story. But go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. We're handshaking it. You're like, oh my gosh, I really want to know about the guy who bombed the plane. It's like, you can, dude. You just need to like the video and subscribe to my channel. So, and also, apparently, you're going to have to listen to this story first, too. But this is wild. Okay, so breaking emergency officials have issued a mass casualty incident after multiple people have been attacked in a mass stabbing inside a Walmart. This was in Michigan. At this time, a mass stabbing has occurred at a Walmart in Traverse City, Michigan, that has prompted a major emergency response. Law enforcement and medical teams are on scene after multiple people were attacked by a suspected triggering a level 2 mass casualty incident, signaling multiple victims requiring urgent care. Authorities confirm one suspect is in custody, yada, yada, yada. And you can see this is the reaction. I think this is like 24 hours ago. I think there's like 13 or 11 people, at least 11 people stabbed. The guy had apparently had like some kind of buck knife, but you could see the like it was obviously a very big deal. Okay, but check this out. So this is an actual video covering it, and then I'll read you the New York Times article about the guy and why he did it. Okay. What you're looking at here is the black dude with the braids. He had a concealed carry on him, and he puts the gun on the guy, and he's disarming him. All right. And you can hear, like, it's interesting to watch people kind of trying to approach him, because I think people didn't know what was going on. You know, like, I think some people might have thought that the dude with the gun was the aggressor, you know, like, is this all they know? They're seeing people on stretchers or whatever. They don't know. But this guy handled this really well. He spoke like a police officer. You know what I mean? He sounds like a person who's given orders before. I don't know if he has or not, but he did a really, really, really good job.
Throw the knife that way! Throw it away! Throw it away! Hey, he hasn't dropped it.
All right, so this says, according to Grand Traverse County Sheriff Michael Shea, 42-year-old man acted alone using a folding knife to stab everybody. I don't understand where these people come from and how this kind of thing happens. Right? Joe just hanging out on a Saturday going to Walmart, and then there's some dude who pulls a knife and just starts randomly stabbing everyone. It's like all right, it says Munson Healthcare is aware of the tragic incident that occurred earlier today at Walmart in Traverse City. Our thoughts are with those who are affected by the event. We are grateful to the first responders and enforcement. 11 victims are being treated. We are working closely with local authorities. So let's see if anybody died, because this came out today. The authorities, 11 people injured. Citizens, including one who was armed, helped apprehend the suspect. Yeah, so apparently no one died, dude. Damn, that's rare. People suck at killing people with knives, apparently, you know. Stabbed 11 people, and I mean, maybe he wasn't trying to kill them. Who knows? I can't get inside the mind of one of these lunatics. Maybe he was stabbing people in the leg or something. Bradford James Gill, in Michigan. Let's see if we can find his social media. You know, I bet you he's real popular. Oh my God. Oh man. He's all, hi. You're all, what does a person who's about to commit a mass stabbing look like? It's like, oh, well, you want to see his face? Oh, God damn it. Really? I just want to see the dude's face. Okay. Of course not. Oh, there it is. Hello. I was just knitting by myself at home, and I decided I was going to go on a stabbing spree with a buck knife. That is just so weird. He stabbed an 85-year-old. 6 of them were over 60. 6 of the victims were over 60 years old. What is wrong with people, man? Hey, check this out, though. The guy had been arrested a bunch of times, served 49 days in jail in a Florida prison for vandalism. I don't know how that would indicate that he's going to do anything. He's probably a crazy person, but listen to this. He published self-published 2 books available on Amazon that reveal him as a born-again Christian. The author turned to prayer at age 14 in 1997 after the unfortunate loss of one of his close friends. Here we go. The book, which purports to be autobiographical, lays out how its author had dreams tracing his past lives back millions of years. All those humans that were around millions of years ago. Some of those New Testament dreams of mine portrayed me as Jesus Christ or God, and him as Judas, the writer said. In another book published in January last year, the author described an apparent autobiographical account of his astonishing revelation of his own identity as Jesus Christ and the Spirit as Judas. Oh, okay. You know, I always wonder how come like people who start talking about their past lives, you know, like Scientologists and stuff, they somehow are all Jesus, or they're all like, yeah, you know, I was Napoleon. I have to apologize for all the war crimes, but I was Napoleon. And well, I was, you know, I was Leonidas. You know, I actually led the 300 against the Persian army, and I was killed at the end of that battle. I remember it. It was a past life. So I was Leonidas. Then I was some other decorated war hero. And then another guy, I was Wilt Chamberlain. I was, you know, I don't know, basically every major player in historical record, you know. You're like, hey, or you were a fucking shoemaker that, actually there's nothing wrong with a shoemaker, but you know what I mean? Just not Jesus, you know? So a Middle Eastern man on a flight to Scotland had to be restrained after he made bomb threats and called for President Trump to be killed. Trump is currently in Scotland. Allah Akbar, death to Trump. And Nick says, Trump was right. Europe has been invaded. I mean, you know, I mean, certainly this guy hates Trump, and this must have been very terrifying for the people who were on the plane, you know? So let's take a look at this video, and you can ask yourself how you would have reacted. This one guy who restrains him is the only person who is in frame at any point of this video who can go home with their balls intact. You know what I mean? Like, because this is the only person who did anything.
The plane! Going to bomb the plane! Dead to America, dead to Trump! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Oh my God.
Sit down. Don't move.
Get down now.
Fuck you, don't move. The plane!
I guess the next guy who kind of followed him, you know, did fine. But you got to ask yourself, right? It's like, I'm going to bomb the plane, is what he said. Allah Akbar, I'm going to bomb the plane. Death to Trump. You're all, you know, and he's got his hand in his pocket. That's one of those situations where I'm pretty sure that you can jump the guy, you know, because like what's going to be going on in my mind at that moment is because the first time I watched it, I'm like, man, they didn't even move very fast. And I watched it again. I'm like, nah, I'd have moved at that exact same speed. I wouldn't have gotten to him any faster than that. Because like you're in a plane, you're on a plane, you know, you're like on a plane and you're in like travel mode. You're kind of sitting there, and then you get like a noise. It's kind of like, what's going on? It wouldn't like register fast enough, and it's like you need to be on this guy. But either way, then your thought process becomes, if I hurt this guy, am I going to get arrested or like whatever? You know, like that's just, I don't know. That's how your brain works. And but if someone says I'm going to bomb the plane, I'm pretty sure you can just. You could do what you need to do and then be like, the guy said he was going to bomb the fucking plane, man. Okay. I'm not talking about like, you know, I'm not talking about like like you're not going to have a knife. You're not going to have a weapon on you anyway. But I'm saying like hypothetically, if you grab the guy's arm, because the guy's hand is in his pocket, you know, if you Kimura lock him and like, you know, tear his shoulder. I mean, the guy said he was going to bomb the fucking plane and he had his hands in his pocket. Like, you know, I took the risk of paying for the, you know, hospital bill. If it was some kind of prank or something, like, I'm sorry, that's a dumb prank, man. Like, I was afraid for my life and everybody on the plane. So I shoulder locked the guy so that he wouldn't blow us up, you know?
Going to bomb the plane! Dead to America, dead to Trump! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar! Allah Akbar!
Oh my God.
Dude, that must have been so scary. So one might have been the last time I was flying to Vegas. I had this moment. It was one of the like this is burned in my brain forever, and it's like actually really silly, but it did happen. So I was watching this movie, and I can't remember the name of it. It's got the redhead girl that's really, really pretty that's in like the cheerleader. I can't remember her name. Whatever. It's some like ghost type movie. And I fell asleep. And this was like right when all the Boeing stuff was going on. Like there were like a lot of like problems with planes. And I fell asleep and I woke up to, I had head canceling or noise canceling headphones on, and they work legit. They work really well. But in the movie, there was an alarm going off. It's like, wah, 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 wah. And I woke up out of a total dead sleep to that sound. And I looked over, and this guy who had been in the seat next to me was standing up, and he looked like, I thought the alarm was going off in the plane. Okay. Like I thought that an alarm had gone off in the plane, and this guy had gotten up and I was waking up into the plane going down. Okay. So like, it's a ridiculous story. I realize like how it sounds, but for about 3 seconds, probably about 3 seconds, I believed we were going down, like it's like, I looked right at the guy, and my eyes must have been this big, like I didn't ever explain to the guy what was going on, but like I woke up and I must have looked so terrified that, you know what I mean? Like and if I turned, I'm like, oh man, there was like this alarm going off in the movie, and I like thought it was the plane, and then you were standing, so I thought we were gonna crash. Fucking idiot I am, dude. But that happened, so anyway, that's enough for today. I love you guys. Bye bye.